Oh, really? Excuse me. Did you guys watch Chapter 12 yet? I thought, like, it's posted there. I just don't know if you guys watched it. I have no idea if you did, because we're not communicating. 1 second. I've got to get my earpiece. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Hello. I'm calling your mom to find out if you guys have listened to Chapter 12 yet. Because it says new. Like, you guys haven't watched it yet. And I'm like, what? It says crazy. I posted it days ago. I guess it's got 1 view. Hello. Okay, don't do that because I'm also on the TV and that'll cause feedback issues. Oh, actually, yeah, you can put me on speakerphone. I'm crazy. Did you guys watch Chapter 12 yet? Yeah. Yeah, did you guys watch Battle for Wondla Chapter 12 or listen to it yet? Okay. Because I posted it, but that was on a night where we couldn't live stream. So I don't know if you guys... Okay. Chapter 13. Moles. Wait, I gotta close this real quick. Chapter 13. Moles. Okay. Do I know you? Zen asked aloud. Although his large mouth remained closed, he paused where he'd emerged on the far side of the station platform, opposite Ava. You do. She stepped closer. It's me, Ava. Ava 9. Ava 9? Zen retreated. The human captive delivered by Bestial. The one who disclosed the whereabouts of my long-lost sister. Yes, did you... Also the one who demolished the Royal Museum and Her Majesty's cherished collection of artifacts. Zen pointed several accusatory fingers at Ava. If you are that Ava 9, you'd best leave this sacred location right now before you cause more destruction. Be gone! Wait just a nano. Ava stormed towards Zen. You gave me no choice. You were going to dissect me. What did you expect me to do? I had no final say in that decision. Zin folded all 9 of his arms and held his ground. I was following Queen Ojo's orders. Following orders? Ava's voice rose in exasperation. Zin, you know about a lot of things. Much gratitude to Ava I. So think for yourself for once. Stop doing what Ojo tells you. Ava turned away. The entire colony of lichen creatures had gathered to watch Ava and Zin's exchange. He is kind. He does not hurt us. He watches only. Ava exhaled in frustration. I know. She knelt down next to one of the creatures. It released more puffs of color. You are also kind? As I said, I won't hurt you, said Ava. Zin drifted right next to her. This close, she could see that Zin's ivory complexion was now grimy. Do you understand them? He asked. Yes. Ava turned her attention back to the lichen creatures. I told you before that I can, especially now since I've been in the heart of the forest. Zin gasped. You've explored the heart, the touchdown site. Did you discover anything? Ava stood and looked Zin in the eyes. I found the V-Day virus generator, and I drank water carrying the virus. Then it is true. Soon the humans will know. Zin sank low to the ground. Ava's anger left her. Zin looked so defeated. The humans will know nothing. I would never tell anyone the location of the generator. You would not? Ava walked back out into the foyer and looked up at the gigantic lichen tree. I don't want anything to happen to the forest. I didn't want anything to happen to Solus or Locus, but it happened. I tried to stop it, but I couldn't. Zin floated over to her. When we first interacted, you had no cognizance of the imminent human invasion? When I saw you last, I didn't think there were any other humans. With stout fingers, Zin pulled off his pointed hat and rubbed his forehead. He drifted, mumbling to himself. Then perhaps she is but the herald, not the cause? What are you talking about? Zin turned back to Ava. My sister Arius, she foretold of your arrival. She did? To you? Not to me, but I believe she knew, said Zin. Do you recall any memory of what she prophesied directly to you? A little. Ava shrugged her shoulders. Why? Thought you didn't believe in all that stuff. Zin floated back toward Ava. I don't, and I do. I believe, like me, she has exceptional skills of observation. You mean she had, said Ava, looking away. Had? What are you? Zin's slit eyes went wide with realization. I'm sorry. As the memory of Arius at the hands of Lorok rushed back, Ava felt tears fall from her eyes. You didn't know. Zin zoomed over to Ava. He seized her arm, rolled up her sleeve, and gasped. Arius's mark, the glyph she'd placed upon Ava, had disappeared. The glyph, it's gone, Ava said. She rubbed the spot on her arm where the glyph had once been, hoping it might reappear, but it did not. Zin drifted down to the ground like a dying leaf, abandoning its tree. I'm so sorry, Zin. Ava sat down next to him. When I met her and she told me my fortune, I was frightened. Now I feel as if she were trying to help me, guide me. Well, she was angry with me, Zin whispered. He floated back down the passage toward the platform of the transit station. But you got to see her, right? Ava followed him. She told you what happened to your sister, Darius. I never made it. The museum was a catastrophe. Then word came of the invasion in Locus. My time was occupied by my royal responsibilities. I tried to warn her about the invasion, Ava said, but I was too late. I failed. Hello? Hello? Am I still talking on the TV? When did that happen? Oh, okay. No, I thought you meant I haven't been talking this whole time. Yeah, that always happens. Okay, I'm going back to the TV. Bye. I never made it. The museum was a catastrophe. Then word came of the invasion in Locus. My time was occupied by my royal responsibilities. I tried to warn her about the invasion, Ava said, but I was too late. I failed. Her mind reeled about how to break the details surrounding Arius' death to Zin. How would Rovender do it, she thought. He's so good with words. Zin exhaled. It is I who failed, Ava 9. When I originally analyzed the data provided to me by King Ojo's research team, I believed Orbana to be a lifeless planet. I stated that it was the best candidate for the King's terraforming program. It is apparent now that I was mistaken. Your primitive species somehow went undetected. Furthermore, I underestimated the ability of your kind and its impact on us, the introduced species. But the planet was dead, said Ava. Humans may have been dormant in the underground labs when you saw that data. Only later did Cadmus's inventions bring us back. Ava was awash with mixed feelings. She knew Cadmus supported the invasion of Solas, but she also owed her very existence to him. The human leader, the one who demolished Lacus, laid siege to my grand city, and murdered my sister, Angel snarled in Zin's chirpy voice. There's more to it than that. Ava kept her tone calm, as if she were speaking with Haley. You have to listen to me. Elucidate me. Fill me in on every minute detail, starting just after you razed my museum. Zin crossed his many arms. Your brother, Lorak, masterminded the invasion of Lacus and Solas. He helped Cadmus. Lorak wouldn't. It's he who killed Arius, Ava said. Nonsense, barked Zin. I saw it happen. Ava took hold of Zin's arms. He consumed her in one gulp. He told me he'd done the same with your other sister, Darius. Consumed? No, that can't be. Zin brushed the spot on Ava's forearm where Arius' glyph had once been. He broke free from her grasp and floated toward the inky depths of the back of the station from which he had emerged. He claimed he now possessed their powers. I'm sorry I have to be the one to tell you this. When I heard you were still alive, I traveled a long way to find you. We even came across a Dorsian searching for you. Ava trailed behind Zin down the station platform. Zin turned back. A Dorsian? Yes, Ava stifled a shudder. He had a glowing eye. His name was Retta something. Redimus. Do you know him? Asked Ava. He's Bestial's brother. Zin floated out from the shadows under an open skylight, his brow knitted with concern. He's the one Bestial was working to free from incarceration by replacing all the living specimens in the royal menagerie. Nausea wormed its way into the pit of Ava's stomach. Bestial's brother? He's hunting for me, she murmured. Unlikely, but he could very well be hunting for me. After all, I did leave the city as soon as the invasion commenced. So you came all the way here by yourself? Oh no, I fled only to the outskirts of the town. It was there that I returned with your pillar guard. My pillar guard? Ava looked back toward the foyer of the station. There was no sign of the guard. Yes, that is the one you liberated during your escape. Zin folded his arms behind his back. But enough of him. Your news is indeed troubling. So why are you here? To hide? Hide? Perhaps, Zin said over his shoulder. But also to learn. Learn about your species. Ava looked up at the disintegrating tiled walls of the station. What is there to learn about humans in this place? This is evidence of your species at its zenith, right before your civilization fell, discovering the truth of the humans' failures, the clue to thwarting their attempt at dominance in Solus. You're looking for Cadmus's weakness. I am. It's this. Ava gestured to the ancient architecture that surrounded them. He wants to return to the age of man, where humans dominated Earth and all its resources. Zin nodded twice. And Lorak has reignited Cadmus's atavistic thinking. If my brother did indeed absorb my sister Darius, and therefore her abilities to see the past, he would know how to manipulate Cadmus's decisions. Ava wrung her hands. There's one more thing about your brother. He's coming for you. Of course. Now that he's acquired both of my sister's talents, he needs the wherewithal to put them to use. Can he see his own future? Ava asked. I doubt it. Arius's rants don't work like that. They are intentionally cryptic. A simple phrase can hold many interpretations. Ava remembered Lorak's threats on the roof of Arius's home. He said he won't fall by my hand. Perhaps he will not, but who can know for sure? A mutation like this, with the Arcean spirits merged into one, it's never happened before to my knowledge. Zin placed his hat back onto his head and sighed. Ava and Zin watched the lichen creatures excavate sand from the far end of the station platform. The lichens seemed oblivious to their presence. Zin smiled. The moles. They communicate through color, see? How the puffs are of varying hues? Moles, is that what they're called? Ava watched others harvest the vox fruit and water the giant lichens growing from the rubble. Zin floated close to observe them. Moles is what I've dubbed them. They are likely unclassified. My theory is that they were pre-existing primitive life forms prior to the introduction of the Vidae virus. It is remarkable to see them thriving in such a desolate place. Ava pointed to the colorful haze that hung in the air. They're happy here. All these puffs they're releasing are phrases of a song. They're singing. Singing? Zim waved his hand through the haze and examined the colored dust on his fingertips. About what? Ava thought of the fishing song that Fishin had taught her back in Locus. She thought of the song piping out of the speakers when she'd entered New Attica. The moles were not just singing to one another. They were singing to the plants that they were cultivating and the rocks that protected them. They were singing to the air that they inhaled and the water that they drank. They were singing to Ava and Zin. I wish I could sing along, but there's no words. I know that could convey what they are saying. They're singing about how all the elements, living things, are in harmony. How I truly wish that were so, Ava 9, said Zin. Ava, are you down here? Haley called down from above. Ava peered up into the afternoon light and saw the silhouette of the pilot standing at the ledge, several stories above the underground station. You found us. Are you okay? Haley knelt down over the rim to get a better view. I'm fine, I'm with Zin. Ava waved up to him. Who's Haley? Zin drifted toward her. There was alarm in his voice. Is he another human? He's a friend. Despite the fact that she was still upset with Haley over some of the things he'd said, she was happy to see his face. She hopped onto the nearest pile of bricks and began climbing up. Don't worry, Zin, you can trust him. He's here with Caruncle. The traitor, Zin floated up alongside Ava. Caruncle joined Haley at the rim. Zin, it does my tired eyes good to see you. Are you well? I am, Zin replied as he floated into the daylight. And what a place. You described this area quite accurately, but I had no concept of how vast it was. It is vast indeed. Caruncle kept his eyes on Ava as Haley pulled her up to join them. Ava 9, your instincts were good. And you left the trail of food for Bix and Bax. He wagged a Sustabar wrapper during a grin. That was smart. Yeah, that definitely helped. Haley dusted himself off and smiled. And we found the drawing you did with the liquid light pen. Good. I'm just glad you found us. Ava returned the smile. I have to thank you, too. Caruncle walked over to his hover sloop. The Muntrunner's brayed as he neared. You've done the toughest part of my job for me. He turned to face Ava and Zin. In one pair of hands, Caruncle held his charging boom rod. With his second pair, he pulled a shiny new omnipod from his pocket and pressed the button. A tiny hologram of Lorok materialized over the glowing eye. Well? Lorok asked. I found him. Send the ship. A sinister smile curled over Caruncle's tough teeth. Preview of the next chapter. That is the face of betrayal.